Welcome back, Shop Rats. Today, here on the channel, we're going to talk about some of the philosophies and ways that I approach doing my YouTube channel. I know this episode isn't going to necessarily be for everybody, but I've definitely had some questions along the way, and I thought it might be beneficial to just share a few things with you, kind of like pull back the curtains a little bit, and just give you my thinking and how I approach my channel. Now, I've done some episodes like this before, not very often because we're automotive content, and yet you're here on YouTube, and a lot of you guys do YouTube channels and you're interested in this. So I thought we'd just take a few minutes and talk about that for our Talk About It Tuesday today. So let's watch the show intro, get a little picture of just some of the projects we're working on here, and I'll see you on the other side. I'm Mike, and this is My Car's Shop.
Working out of a 100-year-old refurbished barn, bringing 35 years of experience to projects considered beyond repair. Vision, creativity, and problem solving are essential tools in this place. Watch as we transform junk into polished metal miracles. This is My Car's Shop.
There are a lot of things that happen behind the scenes, especially for me, who turns out 3 fairly lengthy episodes every week. As you know, we release episodes on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. And in order for me to do that, and for right now at least, be back to working full-time, which I don't want to be, but don't have any choice right now, I have to be pretty, organized and proceduralized, and have my processes down on exactly how I'm going to produce content for the channel. When I do Talk About It Tuesday episodes, for example, I usually spend a lot of time thinking through what are the subjects that I want to talk about next. And I have an actual notes app in my phone where I just keep a list of all of the Talk About It Tuesday subjects that I want to address. I generally gather up 4, 5, 6, 8 of those, and then often I will film them just boom, 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 boom. Like I am right now. I'm on my way to the office this morning, and I'm just clicking this one off of the list, and likely could be filming another one tomorrow. I may film another one later today, although probably not, because I generally try not to be in exactly the same clothes week after week. But there's always a list of things that I'm working through on what would be good discussion points here for our Talk About It Tuesdays, or a Tech Talk Tuesday, or a whiteboard episode, and once in a while we throw in an actual hands-on episode. But Tuesdays, generally, I try to make a discussion starter and a thought provoker, and well, sometimes it inflames people because they don't like what I'm saying, and hey, it's just one opinion. You don't have to agree with me. In my mind, Fridays are always like the Nirvana, if you will, not the band, of episodes that are kind of like the big day. That's the one I really try to put the juiciest stuff on Fridays, the stuff that I know you guys really like. So the sexier stuff, the stuff that you're here for to see, like a lot of fabrication or paint and body work or something like that. So that's the day that I really focus on, and if I'm going to put out a long episode, like more than 30 minutes, I generally, not always, but generally will try to put that out on a Friday. Sundays are days that are kind of a mix-it-up. I might do a Second Stitches episode. I know I've just recently filmed a bunch of 47 Ford episodes. One of those did come out on Friday because I just wanted to play with it and see what the response would be to that project on a Friday. But generally, 47 Ford, Oakland. Oakland's either our Sunday and Tuesday. Forsyth Duster could be Friday or Sunday. And those are episodes that are still usually hands-on, and they're episodes that are something that will be both educational and entertaining, as well as keeping me moving forward on the projects. As a result of those thought processes, episodes don't always come out in chronological order. I mean, obviously, I try to be very careful about not releasing an episode, let's say on Stitches, where I fabricated some big thing, and I don't show you that, but I show you something next to it first, and then you can see that's done, and then I go back 2 weeks later and do that, show you that episode. I try to keep the projects in chronological order, but I don't necessarily keep the episodes in chronological order as I film them. So sometimes you'll see that there are things that are not done, or that are done, that you haven't seen an episode, I should say. Yeah, so there are things that are done on a project that you may be seeing in the background that you haven't necessarily seen the episode on. And that's because of just the filming schedule and that kind of thing. I try to do what makes a lot of sense. I used to be real rigid about filming, releasing, filming, releasing, filming, releasing. But I found that very inhibitive to the creative process. And so I do try to think of continuity on the projects and on the channel, but I also have to think about what makes the most sense for a production schedule to keep up with doing 3 episodes. I have to be very efficient in order to keep that up. Now, let me talk about that. Why am I doing 3 episodes a week? Well, number one, I want to. I enjoy doing it. I do have things down to where I can film in, say, an afternoon on a Saturday. I can get an episode done in 4 or 5 hours as far as the filming, and then I can get that episode edited, rendered, reviewed, and posted within less than 2 hours most of the time, because I'm just very methodical in how I go through and edit things and what I'm looking for. And if I've got creative, funny things that I'm doing, I already know ahead of time to watch for that in the video. And most of the time when I render out the video, I don't have to watch it more than once. I always render it out, load it up on my TV, and watch it on the big screen to be sure the volume levels are good and all the fade in, fade outs are right, and the music balance is right, and I always cut the noise back. I don't say always. Most of the time I try to cut the sound back when I'm using tools. Sometimes I'll do a mix of tools and music, but I always have those things in mind ahead of time. So when I'm going through the video, boom, 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 boom. It's very, very rare that I will have the raw footage for more than one video at a time before I get it all edited out and rendered. So I really try to be diligent about filming, editing, rendering, not necessarily posting at that point, but having it in my queue to post, film, edit, render, review, and have it ready to post. Once I've posted it to YouTube, I will go back and watch it on YouTube to be sure it's 100% accurate. I keep the render files on 3 hard drives. I keep them. I have triple copies of everything, and I delete all my source files. Why do I delete the source files? Because quite frankly, it's just way, way, way too much data to try to keep. It is not uncommon for 1 episode of raw video to be a 25 gig. Now, if I'm doing 3 episodes a week, how many terabytes of hard drives am I going to eat up in just a couple of months? So once the rendered episodes are done and they're loaded to YouTube and reviewed, I go ahead and delete the source files, and I'm confident that episode is good and we don't have to do anything more in the edit process or anything like that. Being as I work in technology, the one thing that I'm very paranoid about is backup. So I almost always have 3 copies of everything. I have 1 copy that I keep on my television computer. I have 1 copy that is, of course, uploaded to YouTube, and then I have 2 external hard drives plus a NAS, so I actually have 5 copies for a while of those files. Paranoid about losing stuff? Yeah, because I hate data loss. And so I have things quadruply backed up for that very reason. Something I learned a long time ago from an author named Patrick McManus about writing, and I've applied that to things that I write and so forth because I do a lot of writing. Any writing that calls attention to itself is probably bad writing. So in other words, if you're in the emotional process of reading a book and all of a sudden you go, oh, that was a really clever way of saying that, that's bad writing. Because you never want to take the reader out of the fantasy that they're picturing in their mind about the story and call attention all of a sudden to the words on the page, because that breaks that fantasy, that breaks that experience that they're having with the story itself. And I apply that to a lot of areas in life. I apply that to music, the way I mix my music, the way I play music, the way I record music, and it also apply it to video production. I do a lot of what I think are funny things or clever things or entertaining things, and when I do them, that's always in mind. If I'm going to do this, is it going to break the continuity of the story? Is it going to be something that's going to be funny, that's worth that break? It's a very conscious choice and decision. Those of you that know me personally know that my humor tends to revolve around words. I get teased a lot about doing a lot of bad dad jokes. Words have always been something for me. I mean, I'm an author, I'm a songwriter, I've written thousands and thousands of pages of technical data, and I've always been writing all my life in one fashion or another. So words are important, and I see words very funny, but that doesn't always translate into humor on a video. And so I try to find little creative, interesting things. There's a lot of, like, if we look at Derek at Vice Grip Garage, he uses a lot of words: lightning whirler and charging whirler and sparkulator and fuel make it happener. And he's been very intentional on creating a word picture that's funny and entertaining. Obviously, I could come up with my own words for things like that, but then that's just basically me copycatting what he does, and I don't think that's necessarily the best humor in the world. So I try to find ways to interject my own humor into the videos and my own way of saying and doing things, and a lot of times that's with video effects and sound effects and rooster crows and
Changing voice speeds.
that's more who I am anyway. The bottom line for me in doing this is I enjoy it, and I feel like you enjoy the conversations when it comes to the Talk About It Tuesdays. I enjoy the variety of both creating with the cars and the things that I do, and just sharing what I've learned along the way. I'm certainly no expert. I don't know if I did that recently, went through, I'm not a body guy, I'm not a fabricator, I play one on YouTube. I am a certified mechanic. I've maintained that over the years, and that was what I did professionally. Worked as a fuel system engineer. So there's some things I know, but I never want to convey the idea that I'm an expert at any of this stuff. It really is, even though I've done a lot of these various things, I've worked in the body shops, and I've worked as a mechanic, and worked as an engineer, and et cetera, it's just more sharing my life's accumulated smatterings of knowledge and experiences that hopefully benefit you. And I really enjoy the creative process of the channel. I'm just having a lot of fun, and I think that's the bottom line. Is some people tend to get way too
Constipated.
about stuff like this. And hey, you know what? If we're not having fun, why are we doing it? I mean, this is not a business for 99.9% of us. And we're just here having fun and sharing with each other what we do. And you can eat the fish and you can throw away the bones. You don't have to swallow it all. So if you don't like something, fine. If you like something, great. If something that I do inspires you to try something new, phenomenal. Again, it's really about having fun, and that's the bottom line for me in YouTube. As I've said before, the energy is symbiotic. It's The cars keep me motivated to keep doing the channel. You guys keep my toes to the fire. Your financial support and your encouragement and your questions and your awesome feedback and your kind criticism and everything that just the whole community of interaction and relationships is just phenomenal as far as I'm concerned. And I learn and I take as much as I give. I try to give more than I take, but that to me is what this whole thing is all about. It's just about having fun. And if we all get to the point someday that we can do this full time and I can be your monkey on a string and make a living doing this, then so much the better, and I'll work harder and harder to give you better and better content. But I just want to say again from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to do this and for getting it, for understanding the context of what this is all about. There's so many layers of things involved in doing a channel like this. And once in a while, like I said, I want to pull back the curtain a little bit and just give you a glimpse into my processes and my mindset and my thinking and just how it all kind of comes together to be what you see cranking out like clockwork every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I think I'll probably should stop. I think I've kind of been rambling on and on for quite a while now, and I don't know if I'm saying anything. So if you've stuck with me this long, hey man, thanks. I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys and gals. There's a lot of gals that watch the channel too. And I love the feedback. I hear such amazing things from you guys. I know just recently one of the gals reached out and said how much she appreciated. She would never want to do the work or even have any interest in doing the work, but so appreciates seeing all the work and what it takes, and appreciates the workmanship and so forth, and just enjoys the whole overall story and so forth of doing these vehicles and so forth. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. I appreciate more than you know. All right, time to quit. I'm over on the instant thing. We're on the face thing. We're here on the you thing. All of it is /my car shop. And one more thing, and I think I've emphasized this as much as I possibly can, but it's vital and it's crucial, and I really think it's important, so please don't forget. Rock!